Hi guys, do you ever find yourself looking at your life and wondering, oh my god, is this it? If so, you're not alone. I think we live in this consumer culture where we're sold this trajectory of what a successful life looks like. That we should be happy all the time, that we should have great career success, that we should have wealth, that we should look a certain way, that we should have a certain social circle, that we should do certain activities. And these are all kind of portrayed to us as the trajectory that our life should take. And so we follow this route. We chase the qualifications, we chase the relationships, we chase the job, we chase the money, we chase the body. And ultimately, at the end of it all, we find ourselves still coming up a little bit short, still experiencing a void internally. And it's because I suppose we've stopped paying attention to what our internal values, what our beliefs, what our needs are. And as a result, we're not living authentically. We're not tapping into what our true purpose, what our essence as an individual is. And it's really hard to, I suppose, come away from a very strong cultural influence, because ultimately it can feel like as if you're almost, rebelling against the way life is. But ultimately, in order for you to figure out what is going to make you feel more alive, what is going to give your life a sense of purpose, you need to be able to shut off from the, I suppose, cultural influences and just come away from things and go inward and get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with what your inner voice is telling you, get in touch with who you are as a person. I mean, so many of us know more about, I suppose, the celebrities that we see on television than we do about our actual selves, because we don't often sit with ourselves. We need to be still, we need to be present in order to fully listen to and hear what it is that we need to do in order to feel actualized, in order to create a dream that isn't built on a cultural norm. So it's about tapping into who you really are. It's about getting your identity in place and then working with it, figuring out where it is that you want to go with it. And once you get there, I mean, you can then pay it forward. I mean, ultimately, if we want to live a more purposeful life, we need to at some stage take it out of ourselves and give it back to others. I mean, that's what we're designed to do as humans. And yet we have become extremely self-centered, and oftentimes a lot of the work on self-care and self-love actually promotes this self-centeredness. So it's about, yes, being aware of the self, yes, acknowledging all of the internal experience, but not wallowing in it, kind of seeing beyond the self. I mean, doing things for other people in an altruistic manner. And I suppose the more we put those sort of things into practice on a daily basis, the more purposeful our day-to-day life becomes. And the more purposeful our day-to-day life becomes, the more likely we are to find our true purpose in life, because ultimately it's not one of those things that you just sit down and decide on the spur of the moment. It's something that you have to work towards, that you have to tumble with, and you have to be patient with. I mean, you always need to be taking action to be moving forward, but you also need to be patient. We live in this time of instant gratification. We're looking for all of the answers right now. If it's not available on our phones to buy and order and receive in the space of a day, then it's not worth having. And yet all of the good things in life they take time. They take time, they take diligence, and they take patience. And I suppose it's something that we are certainly wearing a little bit thin in when it comes to our interactions with each other, because I suppose particularly our phones have taken away the need to be patient. Literally, if you get pissed off with somebody mid-conversation, you can go talk to somebody else, and it's about putting these disciplines in place for yourself. And I think people are great at pushing physical disciplines in place for themselves. I mean, everyone seems to be running marathons and climbing mountains, and yet when it comes to internal discipline, which is being able to regulate your emotions, being able to regulate your reactions, being able to regulate your thoughts and behaviors, it's not quite as easy, and I'd be the first to hold my hand up. I find it so goddamn difficult. And yet, these are the disciplines that we need to be working on. These are the habits that we need to be putting in place. And they're not easy. I mean, particularly when it comes to the emotional side of things, our automatic reaction is always going to be to run from the hills whenever anything feels a bit challenging or difficult, or when life gets a little bit tough. However, the thing is, the more we lean into our emotional experience, the more we deal with the tough stuff, the stronger we're going to be, and the closer we're going to be to understanding what our life actually stands for, to understanding why certain challenges have been sent our way and what they are trying to teach us. Because ultimately, the things that we need to learn in life are presented to us on a daily basis. If we can just pay attention to them and lean into them and see what it is that any discomfort or any pain or irritation is there to show us. Now I suppose it's what people would describe as a more spiritual mindset. However, it's very basic stuff. I mean, it's just putting practices into place like small little bits of meditation, small little bits of journaling, tapping on into your internal experience, making it your business to be nice to your family members at least once a day, be nice to strangers at least once a day. Do things that are wholesome and wholehearted and that just boost your soul, because ultimately this is what it's all about. It's about not feeling happy all the time. It's more about feeling contentment, feeling that kind of zen peace of mind, that satisfaction that isn't based on external stuff, that isn't requiring any success or wealth acquisition, that is basically just a peace of mind knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. If you are struggling with, I suppose, fighting against the grain that is, having to fit in with everybody and feeling like you're on some sort of treadmill, or if you're struggling with anxiety or any sort of mental health issue, get in touch with me on the website. It's fundamentals.ie. You'll also catch me on Facebook and Instagram. I do regular content on my YouTube channel, which is called Fiona Feely, and so go check it out. Like, share and subscribe, please. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.